Welcome back, gamers, to another edition of RGV Gamer. I am your host, RGVJOE Gamer, here with another game review. So today we're going to be reviewing a game that came out February 4th of this year. This game has had some really good ratings from Metacritic. It has an 8.8, 8.7 on Metacritic. People have had pretty good reviews with it as well. People have given it a 6.8 out of 10 for at least the Xbox version of it. So what game am I talking about? You guessed it. If you have seen EA's and release game of Apex Legends, you're correct. EA released a game known as Apex Legends. It is a team-based battle royal shooter experience. It's by Respawn Entertainment. If you know anything about Respawn, they're the developers of Titanfall as well, and so it actually has some elements of Titanfall, and it actually takes place in the same universe as Titanfall, which I find is awesome. You know, there's that connection, there's that correlation between previous games. This game supposedly takes place a couple years after Titanfall 2, which is pretty cool. They're keeping the games linked. So, what about this game? Well, this game has had some pretty good reviews for the most part. When it first came out, it was doing amazing. It had, in the first 72 hours after its release, it had almost 10 million players. At least that's what's said by EA. Within the first 72 hours, 10 million players joined Apex Legends with 1 million concurrent players on the servers, which is awesome for a game. Right now, with its Metacritic review, it is holding steady with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, COD, Black Ops 4, and Players Unknown. It actually has a little bit better ratings right now than Players Unknown. I played Players Unknown when it first came out, and I enjoyed the game. I played it on my Android when it came out, and I enjoyed the game. It was new, it was different. It wasn't team-based like this one, but this is also a good game. So I'm gonna go ahead and read to you some of the information I found on Wikipedia about this game, and so let's go ahead and jump to that real quick. So the gameplay of Apex fuses elements from a variety of video games, including Respawn's very own Titanfall series, Royal Battle games, class-based shooters, and those with evolving narratives. Approximately 60 players are pitted against each other on an island in squads of 3, with one player controlling where the squad lands. The squads then must salvage for weapons and other resources to fight other squads, during which the play area gradually constricts in size until one squad remains, thus ending the match. I gotta admit, it's a great game. The weapons are awesome. The gameplay is great. You got 8 characters involved in this. Characters from kind of like a tank build to stealth build to just with random amazing abilities. You got healers. You got basically It's a great way to add tactical skills to things. The right team could really make a difference having the right players on the team. I have put too many hours in the game. I gotta admit, battle royale shooters is not really my thing. Just because, well, I'm horrible at them. Seriously, guys, I am horrible at shooter games. At least player versus player shooter games. I kind of try to stay away from that. But you know, I do want to play it. I do have friends on that play it consistently. I have put in at least so far at least 12 hours into the game since its release. And I gotta admit, it's fun. I do enjoy it. I do want to get better at it, and so you know, I enjoy the teammate, the player matchmaking. It's a random system from what I can tell. It's completely random. You're not being partnered with just people on your skill level. You're not being partnered with people overly powerful, people underly powerful. It's just you know a complete random system. I've gotten players who are just as low level as I am, and I've been partnered with players that are like 20, 30, 40 levels with me with hundreds of kills on their account, and it works great. For those of you who don't know about the game, I like to play with kind of a more laid back version. I don't like combat. I try to stay away from combat just for the sole fact that I usually get killed very quickly. So I usually kind of stay back and kind of play as a support role. I usually like playing with the character that has med kits and has the healing abilities and just goes out there and takes care of business and backs up the team. That's kind of my playthrough. That's the way I like to play through with it. So let's go ahead and go back here. So Apex Legends is a battle royale game borrowing concepts from the hero shooter, taking place 30 years after the events of Titanfall 2. So if you haven't played the Titanfall 2 series, you should really go into that and play the Titanfall. I've enjoyed Titanfall 1. I did wish that there was a little bit more content to Titanfall 1, at least in story way. But Titanfall 2 really did make up for it. I enjoy the game in Titanfall 2 as well. I enjoy the player versus player and the team option on that. So it's amazing. Going back, so Apex delivers the most battle royale games by incorporating legends, predefined heroes with unique abilities that fall into the roles of such as offense, defense, support, and recon. Players are grouped into squads of 3, each player selecting a unique legend in turn, and each match features up to 20 teams competing. All teams start with no equipment and are thrown over the game's map via dropships from a random direction, which they drop into any spot on the map they can reach. Teams scourge the game map for weapons, ammunition, and other equipment like armor, body armor, shields, or boosts, quite possibly, while fighting to be the last team standing, all while staying within the ever shrinking safe zone on the map. A player can be downed, finisher move on can be downed into a vulnerable bleed out state, leaving them only able to crawl to cover or reach a squad mate who can revive, who can also, that's something I think I enjoy about this team-based shooter. You don't automatically just die in the game. If you get shot, you get down, you go into what is known as like a bleed state. Several games have put this in into play. I know Fallout 76 kind of has something like this into play, and that's the other game I've been playing putting a lot of time into lately. So I enjoy this because it gives you time, like I said, to kind of just find help, get a teammate to get to you, and get you back on your feet, ready into battle. You haven't lost any equipment, you haven't lost anything. Though here's the twist. Even if you are in your bleed state and an enemy comes and finishes you off, they either do some sort of finishing move or just gun you down from a distance, your team or one of your teammates can go and still pick up some sort of token that comes out with them. Basically, it's your banner. And you can go to certain parts in the map that are pre-marked on your map, and they can basically bring you back. You'll be dropped back onto the map next to their location, and you'll be ready to play. The problem is you are now without your weapons. Any weapons you had picked up before, anything, you have lost it. And that is basically if you were gunned down and your enemy, your partners were able to get your banner, take it back, resurrect you, wherever your character basically was defeated or got killed, the enemy can loot that. Anyone can loot those crates. So sometimes the best supplies is gunning down an enemy, taking their stuff, and seeing what they had on them. This free-to-play game, which I don't know if I had mentioned that already, this game is basically just amazing. I think one of the best aspects is it is a free-to-play game. It came out, I didn't even know when it came out. I was actually told by a relative of mine, my nephew told me, hey, have you tried this new game? I'm like, oh, that game's out? Awesome. So I turned it on, I tried it, and guess what? Free-to-play. There are microtransactions. As of right now, most of those microtransactions do not amplify your character. That is something I like. Basically, they're all cosmetic features. You can get points, you can get things, but there are no character buffs in the game. Basically, you're just cosmetically changing either the weapon skins or your character's clothing skins, which is pretty cool. I mean, that way you can personalize your character, personalize your weapons, and it works well. From what I understand, they do plan on putting on some DLCs up there. They do plan on adding more characters. Out of the 8 characters, 6 of them are available to you right off the bat. 2 of them are locked until you get to a certain level. If anyone wants to comment what level that is, I believe it's over level 20? I'm not sure. I believe once you hit level 20 or higher, you can have access to one of those characters, and then as you progress through the game, you might have access to another one. Or you can go ahead and just pay some money, get some tokens, and open both characters up that way. That's also another option. Um, so what's unique about this game? In a when in a unique move from EA, Respawn kept the development of Apex Legends as a secret until its announcement. Mulcahy stated that they wanted players to form their own opinions about the game rather than on online forums, thus encouraging players to try the game rather than relying on marketing or other pre-release promotional content. That I think was a great decision. Um, just for the sole fact, we'll take Fallout 76. Fallout 76 went market crazy. They had the big event. They had all these wonderful ads out there. How awesome Fallout 76 was going to be. It was going to be this massive change, awesome change, and well, it didn't kind of work that way for them. I do think Fallout 76 is great, but it didn't work out for them. So I like how basically they took the reverse option of that. They kind of kept it hush hush. Respawn basically they don't want to put out a bunch of promotion out there, and they basically waited for people to play the game and then review it. And I think that's the best way to see the game. Basically, play the game, review it. When the game did come out, it did have a couple of bugs. I will admit that. I know I played it within the first 48 hours that it came out, and I got logged off at least in a 2-hour period, at least 3 or 4 times. Um, my nephew, same thing. Other people I've known that I played with, they would just get logged off and they would have to start the game up, close the game, close the application, get back on, and play again. But it was enjoyable, and most of those bugs I believe have been fixed. I believe there was already an update. They have been fixed, and so a lot of those problems are not there anymore. So what are the plans for Fallout 76? I mean Fallout for Apex Legends. I know, guys. Sorry, I have Fallout 76 on the brain right now. Um, and that you can check out more about Fallout 76 in another video. But what about Apex Legends? And what can we expect from them in the future? Well, basically, this free-to-play game. Uh, Besides the new cosmetic options, you can obviously get when they're going to be doing more updates. They're going to have the more cosmetic options. The game's version is going to have loot boxes that contain random assortment of rewards, or spending the in-game currency crafting materials, which are gained through Apex packs. Apex packs are freely earned as the player gains experience levels. Additionally, players freely gain legend tokens for playing matches as well as for leveling up, which are used to unlock new legends and certain cosmetic items. A final currency, Apex Coins, is brought to you by using real-world funds and can be used to buy Apex packs, unlock legends, or specific cosmetics. Respawn plans to offer battle passes in the game's future, which reward players in new seasonal cosmetic items by completing in-game challenges. So basically, most of the from what I'm getting is most of the microtransactions are going to be happening via this in-game currency, which basically is Apex coins, um, and they're going to be basically bought for cosmetics issues. Maybe some new characters are going to be coming out, um, and well, that's great. I mean, the two characters that are locked, I think, are some of the most powerful characters in the game. Like I said, I don't know. I might use. I do know which one I'm going to pick from those two characters. When I do get to that, I'll go ahead and post the video up. But to be honest, you guys need to just play the game. It really is a good game. Ah, I have had some funny experiences on this game. So I'll just tell you guys the story. I don't know if I want to tell you the story, but I'll tell you. So earlier today, I was playing the game, and I got tag teamed with two kids. I'm gonna say kids. I know they were kids. They sounded maybe like elementary kids, maybe 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, but they sounded pretty young. And so I got tag teamed with them, and they were so excited. Like, oh wow, we got you on our team. I'm like, oh yeah, hi guys. They sent me a friend request. I added them. I joined their party, and so we started playing the game. Well into the game, they figured out quite quickly that I had very little shooting skills in the game. And I mean, like I said, I've played this game for maybe about 8 to 12 hours, and I think I've killed like 3 people in that time, maybe 4 people in that time. I've died a plethora of times since then. But these kids learned really quickly, and they basically booted me out of their party, which I gotta admit that kind of hurt. I mean, to get kicked out of a party and basically told by elementary kids that you're no good at the game. But like I said, that's not my thing. I'm kind of a more of a Fallout guy, um, story mode type person. I enjoy strong stories. That being said, there really isn't much of a story to Apex Legends. It has a brief cutscene into it, a brief introduction of how the game is, what basically is the point of the game, which is basically you're just having a competition. So these heroes get teamed up, people are thrown into this, and it's kind of like a coliseum type idea, you know. And the last one standing is basically the winner of the match. And basically they play it that the characters get famous through it and things like that. Um, and it's not that long of a clip. I I'll go ahead and post the clip up in a bit so you can see it. But other than that, it is amazing. I've enjoyed it. Um, I think you guys should go ahead and play it. It's free. Hey, why not? If you got the memory on your Xbox One, get the game. It's free. Try it out. Don't like it? Yeah, you can always just delete it, right? Um, so I say go for it. Other than that, I've got nothing else for you guys to play this game. I can tell you who my favorite characters are, but basically anyone that's a support character, I'm good with. Um, but hey guys, well thanks for listening to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Like I said, this is this is barely my second video. I appreciate those who are actually came back and watched this video. I will be having more videos coming out here on RGV Gamer. Coming out for Fallout 76. I'm gonna see if I can get one out by next week. I want to do at least one video a week. So before the week is over, hopefully I can have more information for you guys. If you want some tips, hints, or anything like that on how to play Apex Legends or just some starter information, I'll go ahead and post the link on the bottom. So go ahead and look for that link so that way you can find it. It will lead you to other YouTubers who basically can help you get started on your Apex Legends journey and help you enjoy the game more or to its fullest extent. But basically, until next time, I'll see you guys next time. I'm going ahead and roll the intro to Apex Legends. So enjoy, guys. Until next time, have a good one.
They call us Apex Legends. But not all legends are heroes. Remarkable. Each fight for their own reasons.
I knew your every move. Shit ready.
From the ashes of war, legends are born. They're icons of strength and power.
Time to win.
Outside the ring, they're champions.
You guys miss me?
Inside, they're equals. But the goal remains the same.
We drop.
Become an Apex Legend.
Fight strong.
They say it's a sport of survival. Just me. It's simple, eh? They kill you. They're better. You kill them.